And again, why are these concrete poems? Well, Shloka Shankar says this is a poem. Hiromi Suzuki, and that's the fourth one of four. Yeah, it's got type in it, but it's clearly cut from other print. They both call these poems, and that's number one rule. The number two rule is, why is it a concrete poem? Well, if a bunch of academics and critics and the like call it a concrete poem, and, well, that happens. That happened to Robert Lax. All of his life, he's like, no, I'm not a concrete poet. No, I'm not a concrete poet. Stop calling me a concrete poet. And then he died in 1997, and now suddenly he's got concrete poet on the end of his name, because everybody says, no, that's concrete. Because of all the critics. So it's, these other poems, when you look at them, they're obvious. And now I'm forced to look at these. They have told me it's a poem, so now I'm stuck, right? I don't know what to do with this. I have to generate the context of language all on my own. I have to come into this and really put in the work to feel the poetry. But they're poems. You say, no, I can't read this. No, you can read this. You need to stop looking at them and start reading and consider where the language comes from, where this communication comes from. It could be that they don't have the words to describe what they're trying to do, or it could be they just can't find the word, they just can't think of it, and the impulse to create is too strong, or it could be they just don't care. This is how they feel, and this is how it comes out, and this is the poem. So, concrete is visual poetry, I should say. I keep calling it concrete, like I said, I'm really enamored with the term. Concrete poetry is a visual representation of both concepts and ideas and language structure. And ideograms or pictograms might be some kind of utopian concept of this. It's unattainable, right? Because the limitations of the way humans can communicate to each other, because sometimes symbols are too simple. Now, going to Hiromi's poem over here, I really like Hiromi Suzuki's work. You see, there's an S up there, there's an HE, there's an OW or MIS. All you can recognize. You've seen these letters, you recognize them. You've seen them before. When you learn, I'm going to go away from literature here, go into neuroscience. When you learn how to process a symbol, for instance, how to read, you cannot see that symbol and not process it. It is impossible to unlearn symbol processing. And that's why concrete poetry sort of plays with you, because it's tantalizing, it's teasing you, it's saying, you thought you could read this because you were set up. You were set up to look at these elements as certain letters. And you don't have the same context as the artist. I said that before. You don't have the same context as the poet. And that's why it makes it so good for the reader. Right? You supply your own context. You feel them as the poem as they are. Right? And then hopefully it challenges your pre-existing ideas. And we can look deeper into what the languages that they're using here. And it comes down to, again, reading versus viewing. When you look at something, when you look at a map, you see a map on the wall, it is different than when you actually read the map, when you actually use the map, when you take in the information in the map. And like I said, I'm not going to show any of mine. They're readily available here. Now, these are the poets I used. They're grouped, the women first and the men, and that's because I want everybody in here to go up to this URL. It is Amanda Earle's project. Amanda Earle is a publisher from Ottawa. She's got 2 different presses, and to be honest, I don't know the difference between her 2 presses. This tiny URL is an editable Google map of women and gender nonconforming visual poets, because in publications, there's a whole lot of editors that go, I don't know where to find avant-garde poets who are not, you know, white, cisgendered males, and you're not trying. Go there, and there's, for some reason, nobody in Portland listed, and I know that can't be the case. And these are some other places to go to look for visual poetry. Like I said, Amanda Earl, National Poetry Month in Canada, which is March, I think, every month in Canada. Yeah, did you know in Canada you get ISBNs for free? You just get your own ISBN. You just write in, and it's apparently there's two ladies at the government office who literally, they take in this mail, I need an ISBN. Well, thank you very much. And they write it down, they tell you what it is, and they mail it back to you. That blows my mind. Anyway, Ubu, the camp poetry, if you're interested in that one, that's at Ubu. Look that one up. And Monoscope, the Monoscopes use kind of like data. And then finally, example URL is mine. And you can go see all of my generative works and where to find them otherwise. But that's it. I'm here to cut the schedule, get it back on track. So thank you very much.